This time I'll know exactly. You know what it was last time? I was reading, this is kind of dark.
Oh, should I do that lighter? Yeah.
Yeah, because at first I'm looking at it and I'm like, the last one was like green.
Well, finance and audit, I do green.
Yeah.
For money, and that's what I do, because as I'm trying
I
to keep
know.
it straight, it's so.
Yeah, but it was.
And then see, what was it? Yeah. Put it right on the agenda.
Yeah, no, I know.
Yeah, he's like, he'll send me an email. I should do forms, this one was out, I can't do it.
Yeah. Oh, that's kind of rough.
Yeah.
Either proof that theory or proof on theory. Jumping is too soon. Cut our nose. Yeah.
Jared.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. A lot easier to just straighten it and not wash it.
Everything work out yesterday?
Are you talking to me?
Your 10.
Yeah, I actually ended up moving 12 bales ahead. I'm a little sore today. A little tired.
Yeah, I can imagine.
One minute to know.
I could have stood down there for another minute. Oh, wait, let me get the agenda. Hang on.
Yeah.
I need the piece of paper.
He's sick.
That's why last one I said. I think so. Because,
Okay, because I'm going to bring things up.
Just gonna be you and I.
What?
It's just gonna be us two.
Okay.
We'll call in and saying that maybe John is sick.
Yeah, I'm ready. Are you ready?
Yeah. All right. Good evening. Yeah, when he's recording starts.
Recording in progress.
Okay, welcome everyone. I'd call this meeting to order. It's a policy committee. Our regular meeting agenda is today's Thursday, February 13th. We start at 5:30. I'll call order and do roll call.
Yes. Director Sailors,
Present.
Director Clark,
Present.
and for the record, Director Costa is absent this evening. Thank you.
Okay. Next, we go to public opportunity to discuss matters of public interest within committee scope, including items on or not on the agenda. And we move to the consent agenda. Do we have any questions? I see hearing none. We need a motion.
I make a motion.
I second. Would you call the
Director,
roll, please?
Director Sailors,
Aye.
Director Clark.
Aye.
Thank you. Motion passes.
All right, and we move on to presentation items. Today we have one item on the agenda, and it's an administration policy, 02004.03, and the discipline policy, and right at the podium is Melissa Maddox. She's our Chief Human Resources Officer.
Good evening, Directors, Chief House. I'm Melissa Maddox, the Chief Human Resource Officer for Metro Fire. I'm here tonight with the administration policy 02.004, 0.03, and the discipline policy. This one is a pretty simple edit. At the beginning of the year, we like to kind of scan through most of our policies to find kind of the low-hanging fruit stuff that we need to just clean up, and then dive into the policies that need more editing that are going to take a little longer. So for this one is really just to clarify the language and include language that was consistent with the district's MOU, because with the last negotiations, there was a minor change to the length of time written reprimands would be kept in the file. And you'll see that on as I go through the pages. So page 1 of the policy, as you can see, a lot of it is just cleanup language. And while we were going through it, we noticed that it was seemed like it was only referring to chief officers or line staff. So we tried to include division supervisors as well as chief officers. So it would include the day staff side of things and not just the line. So that was pretty much just the first page. On the second page, you'll see the actual edit that we made to the written reprimand. That is now consistent with what was agreed to in the MOU as far as the period of time that it stays in a personnel file from 24 months or the 48 months as defined by the MOU. And then again, on page 3 of the policy, a lot of that is just main cleanup. And again, under procedures number 3, we try to include the division supervisor language instead of just chief officer, to include, again, the day side of the house of employees and managers. And the page 4, again, just more kind of cleanup, editing, that kind of thing. Page 5, there was, under number 10B, it did just say under the influence of alcohol, so we also just put the / drugs, added drugs or other substances, which is consistent with our current drug and alcohol policy. And then under number 11, again, just adding day managers and division supervisors instead of just referring to chief officers. And page 6 is just literally just a little bit more cleanup, and that was really all the changes we made to this policy. This is a administrative policy, so it's for review and any recommendations you have on edits or changes, but it does not need to be referred to the full board. And with this policy, as all policies, we did have 522 review it and give their approval on the edits as well. So I'd be happy to take any questions that you have.
Looks pretty straightforward to me. Do you have any questions? Yes, you. Yes.
I'm sorry. On the drug one, where you, it said alcohol and you added drugs and or other, is there within this policy somewhere where it states how you're going to determine that they're under the influence of drugs or alcohol?
All of that is kept in our drug and alcohol policy and also our drug testing policy, which you hopefully will get to review in the next couple of months. We do have a final revised version of that policy that we've been working with 522 on. We're basically just waiting for some clarification on a couple things that have nothing to do with drugs and alcohol. It's just some other stuff with vehicles and our drug testing when during accidents. So we're just waiting for clarification from both sides of attorneys. But for the most part, all that stuff, all those guidelines are kept in those 2 policies.
So maybe should there be a reference on that particular sentence to reference the policy where they can
Absolutely.
go to find out?
Yeah, we definitely can add that. Make a note. We can put it in the references and make a note, refer to this policy.
Thank you.
Nice. Any other questions? Hearing none, thank you, Ms.
Thank you.
Maddox, for your presentation.
Thank you very much. Have a good evening.
This meeting stands adjourned. The next meeting will be March 13th, 2025, and meeting adjourned.
Recording stopped.